Days after President Bola Tinubu submitted a correspondence to the upper chamber requesting approval for the 2026 to 2028 MDEF and fiscal strategy paper, the president's economic team appeared before the Senate Committee on Finance.
We will pay close attention to revenue projections, debt thresholds, deficit financing, and the effectiveness of proposed reforms.
In 2025, the estimate was 40 trillion naira. What we are going to get is roughly 10 trillion naira in terms of federal government's cash revenue. Likewise, for the 2025 capital budget, funding is available for 30% of that budget with the plan, with the cooperation and the support of the National Assembly to roll over the 75%. Over the last 2 years have shown that the federal government estimates of revenue have been far in excess of what actually is collected. When we look at borrowing, we have roughly 152 trillion naira outstanding.
The lawmakers, who appeared startled over the revelations, immediately began raising questions.
Honourable Minister, what steps would you take to ensure that you avoid this kind of ugly situation so that we'll go back to the normal way of implementing budget from January to December 31st?
When you say you are going to roll over 70%, the elephant leg will be rolled over. And you insist at the same time that we are not going to run two budgets. Is it not just playing with words?
Given the number of questions, the chairman interrupts, asking what appeared to be a summary.
The question we should ask the Honorable Minister or the Accountant General or the man behind the revenue is there money to pay? If there is money to pay, what are the hiccups?
And as for 2025, the funding for the 30% of the 2025 MDA's budget that has been warranted, the funding is sitting there. Mass mobilization of savings, and that is the discussion now that His Excellency, Mr. President, is considering a plan, public-private partnership to mobilize mass savings across the board.
The Accountant General is also quizzed about payment for local contractors.
We started the payment around Monday last week, and even as at yesterday, they were still bringing their list. The first batch and the second batch that were given to us, we have cleared those ones. We've gone more than 80% on their own, indigenous contractors.
The committee also directed the FIRS to raise its 2026 revenue projection from 31 trillion naira to 35 trillion naira.
In the meantime, the Senate Committee on Finance has also announced, as part of a resolution, to immediately set up a three-man committee to work with the President Tinubu's economic team to fast-track the release of payments to local contractors. From the National Assembly, Gloria Umezuke, Channels Television News.